It's been 8 years since the fans here in Miami have been able to enjoy the Trans Am Tour on the streets of Miami. But the wait is over. A terrific weekend of racing here in Miami, being capped off by the Trans Am Series running the Grand Prix Americas. And for second spot, a three-way battle. That's Lewis in the blue and white Jag, the 12 car. Justin Bell is third, right behind him in the 40. And Boris Shed in the 33, the early leader and pole sitter. He's back to fourth after making his stop.
Oh, it's a fan's dream. I mean, you can pick the car that you hope for. You want a Jaguar, a Corvette, or a Panos. You cheer for that car. They're all driven very well. All three drivers very experienced. They're all smooth in the car. I think maybe Justin Bell has got the greatest incentive to win.
Trouble for Mike Cronin's McGuire's Chevrolet. He has stopped. Well, he's one of the corners offline.
Yeah, safely out of the way, so I don't think that'll be a problem. I was about to say maybe Justin Bell has the greatest incentive because his driving school is local. Anytime you get a chance to win at home, sure, it just gives you that much more incentive to get out there and stick your foot in a little bit earlier.
Board with Boris Shed, the fountain area, back stretch is short here. Left-hander to take you down the last run to the front straightaway in Miami.
And this is where Boris made that great pass a little bit earlier. Just stuck up the inside. And then see, now Justin's, no, there he goes.
Boris to the inside, going for third, and he's got him.
That's exactly it.
Boris is able to throw that Panos around. Full course caution coming out, we're being told. Perhaps for the 9 car of Cronin. We showed you the car stopped in one of the turns a few moments ago. There's the double yellow flag being shown from the flag stand here on the front straightaway. Well,
on full course caution, I'd watch for everybody diving for the pits right now. Stu Hainer, Mike Lewis, I bet money they'll come in. Well, maybe not. Maybe Mike Lewis. Now, remember his laps.
Yeah. We will see. They were talking about a few more laps of caution might give them enough opportunity to try to roll the dice and go all the way without a fuel stop. Here's Hainer, the race leader in the 0-2. Now, he had built almost a 20-second lead over Mike Lewis before the full course caution, depending on whether Hainer decides to stop for a splash of fuel or not now.
And let's see, it's just off this corner. If Stu comes directly towards us, no, he's not. He's continuing on. That's a bit of a surprise. Pits are closed.
This car waiting to pick up Stu Hainer, the race leader, and that will be the opportunity for SCCA Pro Racing to open the pits. George Diaz there in the 91 had gotten as high as second out of Puerto Rico in that Haviland Jaguar. Diaz, really a good story. He's a rookie driver. This is just his third start this year. Had an 11th at Cleveland, then a 20th at Washington. Obviously likes the temporary circuits.
And see the pace car there trying to wave George by. He's not really sure what to do. Doesn't want to get a penalty for passing the pace car, realizing that it's the proper thing to do in this situation.
He is on the lead lap being shown at 9th, so he can go around and close up to the back of the pack. And the safety car has picked up Hainer as the race leader. There's the 9 car of McGuire's machine, and Mike Cronin still stopped. As part of the race weekend festivities, a lot has gone on here in Miami. Drivers taking the time in many cases to go out and enjoy themselves, do something a little different from the norm. Bill Adam talked about Justin Bell running his driving school here in the Miami area. Justin hosted some of his compatriots at the Benihana a couple of nights ago. That's Tommy Dreese and Mike Lewis.
I may go to Justin's driving school. I don't think I'd necessarily want to go to his cooking school.
Little instruction being given on how to take care of the cooking duties at Benihana.
That looked pretty good. Thank you.
When you see him handle the utensils here, Mike Lewis obviously the most skilled of the three.
Well done. Tommy pretty good there. That was the 3-point tongue catch.
Justin said, I'm not even going to try that.
That's the part that I'm good at. Careful what you cut off there, Mike.
Justin hoping that no one would see that. Watch this. Tommy Dreese trying not to injure himself Friday night. Stu Hainer, the race leader, heads to pit road. He says, we can't make it. We'll take this opportunity under caution to grab some fuel. Try to go all the way from here. 48 laps are on the board. This will be lap 49 as the field goes by. 73, so there'll be 24 trips remaining. We get Hainer back off of pit road. Calvin Fish.
Well, Stu Hainer comes in, and I'm not really sure this strategy has worked for these guys. There's a rule in place where they don't open the pits until the leader gets behind the pace car, and really that's to help the leader of the race. But in this case, it's really hurt Stu Hainer because there's been a backup. He now goes back up and lost a lot of track position, Bill.
I agree with that totally, Calvin. I think that they've just blown it by doing that. I mean, one of these things, he is now stuck behind so many cars that even if he does get the benefit of a yellow coming out, he can't close up on the leader. He's still behind a whole bunch of cars.
So Hayner comes up onto the racetrack, still under caution. We will take the opportunity for a quick timeout. Plenty of action as the Trans Am Tour returns to Miami. Boris said the championship leader was the pole sitter, one of a few drivers to stay out of trouble so far today. Coming up on 20 laps to go on the streets of Miami. The Grand Prix Americas, the Trans Am Tour. 10th race of 12 to settle the 2002 championship. Mike Lewis is the restart leader of the Ameriswedes Jag. Points leader Boris said right on his tail. Justin Bell, Paul Gentilozzi, who served a penalty and has stopped next in line. Boris going for the lead in one. Johnny Miller not on the lead lap there in the 64, but he is worrying Justin Bell. He needs to get out of the way and let the boss, Gentilozzi, get by. Here's Boris. Forcing Lewis offline to take the lead back.
I think there was a little bit of a nudge going into that corner right there. Mike Lewis really has to be careful. Oh, another nudge.
Johnny Miller with some contact there with Justin Bell. Here's Lewis trying to come back on Boris. Boris said wasting no time to try to get the lead back. It was far and away the quickest car in the field, and here comes Bell.
Justin cleanly. Oh, no.
Contact. Lewis gets butted. 4 cars stack up. Butch Leitzinger is in there. Remember, he was still in the championship picture, and Simon Gregg nearly gets into it. Mike Davis, Gentilozzi is involved.
Just bedlam at the far end of the track. Mike Lewis's race has just gone away right there that fast.
Lewis was operating, we believe, on a no-stop strategy because of the long caution period. It appeared that he'd be able to go all the way without stopping.
And I think there's damage to the car right there. It looks like that fender.
So Johnny Miller heads to pit road. Butch Leitzinger will stay on the racetrack, and we're back under full course caution after heavy contact coming off the restart.
Well, what a disappointment for Mike Lewis, Esther. He has driven virtually a perfect race. Yeah, he does. Really heavy damage on the front, and the rear has also been broken.
He may have a tire down, among other problems. He's got at least one tire down, the left rear. Bodywork is loose. Now, all that can be taped back in place. Here comes Gentilozzi to pit road. He's got severe damage to the 3 car. And this may pave the way for Boris Said to take a huge step toward his first Trans Am championship, because his 2 prime contenders fighting him, Butch Leitzinger and Gentilozzi, both were involved in that stack up of cars.
Well, right now, Mike Lewis is going to be thinking about trying to go find that sushi knife he was using in the Benihana. Now watch Boris's pass just as he comes into the corner. Just right there, you see the back of Mike's car just go a little bit forward. Just a very light tap, that's all it took. Now Mike tried to stay very cool and calm.
Right off the restart this was. Here's another look. Boris is gone. Here's Bell going for second. Lewis
up the inside
again.
And Tommy Dreese also tried to follow Justin through.
Johnny Miller, actually.
Johnny Miller, 64. I'm sorry. Johnny tried to follow Justin through, just didn't get a chance of making it. The Ameriswedes Jaguar was closing out. Here he goes, right there.
Now, from the driver's perspective, Bill, as we watched from Miller's AutomationDirect.com Jaguar, is that a case of Lewis doing what I thought he had done earlier, cutting across the nose of the 64 rather than giving him enough room?
Yes, he did.
Calvin Fish, he's with Mike Lewis.
Well, Mike just takes his helmet off here. Severe damage to the Ameriswedes car here on the left-hand side. He's going to try and jump out here. Mike, a quick word with you. I know you're frustrated, mate. What exactly happened out there?
Well, I just got beat up, you know. I know it seems to be okay if everyone does it except me. And then I get called into black like Road America for doing basically nothing. And these guys, you know, first Boris, you know, that's borderline. And then Johnny Miller just nailed me. I don't know what to say. You know, obviously we had the right strategy. We had a good car. And they wanted to get by before everything got warm, and they couldn't brake. And, you know, they're supposed to know that.
All right, well, obviously very frustrated. Let's go down to Jan.
And Paul Gentilozzi is climbed from his car, not able to fix the damage. What happened in your case?
Fools. Fools. Guys who weren't drivers, they were fools. If they had a bad race car, why would they wreck in front of the whole field? It's embarrassing when that happens. I mean, when you go green and you don't have a car, the last thing you do is do a tank slapper in front of everybody and cause a wreck. Unnecessary, ruined a shot at the championship.
Specifically, what move was the one that precipitated your contact?
I don't know what happened between the 88 or between Mike Lewis and Johnny Miller. Mike Lewis was holding everybody up. He was mad because Boris got by him, and he didn't have a car, and then he charged back and obviously got out of shape. When I saw him, he was going both directions. Next thing I know, him and Johnny are piled in together, and he stopped right in front of me.
And as you heard him say, his championship hopes are gone.
Wow, less than 20, 18 laps remain. Good crowd on hand on the streets of Miami. It's been a wild one so far, and Boris said we'll have the restart lead when we come back.